All right, here's another game I've had since I was a kid. It's called Play to Win, kind of a play on Play to Win. The only game you'll ever need. There's a lot of puns in this game. Think of kind of like Pictionary with clay is what this is, but I'll go more into, you'll see the cards and everything when I open it up. The back of the box is this, and this is Coleco, and this is back in 1988. Oh, there we go. So this is all that comes in it. Open it up, and we got the instructions. For once, they're not on the box, so instructions are separate. It's not very long. You get 2 mats, and what's nice is they do have the categories up here, so that's nice. You get 2 of those mats. This is the scoring scoop, and I'll go into what this does. You got a die, 2 sculpting tools, basically some knives with some, you put some holes, in your clay or whatever. With this, each team gets one. Each team gets some clay, and I'll go more into how this works, and then you get the cards. So I'm going to get this all set up, and we'll see how it's played. What I'm going to do is kind of set it up for one team, and it's 2 to 4 players, so 2 people on each side. If you're playing 4 players, you play more. Just split up into 2 teams. And the object of the game, and I'm going to kind of read what the rules say, because there's some kind of, they're lighthearted on this one. You take away all the opponent's clay by being the first to correctly guess sculpted clues, and I'll get more into how you do that. B, impress everyone with your creative genius. And C, have fun. Not necessarily in that order. So that's the object of this game, they say. Now, what you do is you choose your teams, and then you're going to split the clay. And let's say one had that much clay, and this team only has that one. Well, that's not fair. So what you do is you just put all the clay together, and I really do like this rule. And one team gets all the clay, and they have to split it in half. So they go, oh, okay, well, I get to split it in half, so we're going to do like this. Well, the other team gets to choose which piece they want. So if the one team split it up, the other team's going to go, we'll take that and you get that. So it's a pretty nice little rule that you're going to try to be as close as you can to being even, because after you cut it, the other team gets to choose which piece they want. So I'm just going to take half of it because that's what you'd normally have. And then each team gets a sculpting tool, the mat, and the clay. So that's all you need to play the game, plus the cards, which are here. These Play to Win cards. Now, what to do is you just roll the die. So this team got a 3, the other team got we'll say a 5. So the other team gets to choose which category they want. One of the things we used to do is just roll the die and say, this is what we're going to do. Or, let's say, oh, get off 6. So we're going to do sayings, let's say. So let's say they go, anything goes. Well, you're like, well, what does that mean? Okay, so anything goes can be any type of subject, a person, a saying, anything. So it could basically be any of these. People and places is basically famous people, types of people, or any place imaginable. Sayings are cliches, expressions, common terms, and phrases. And when I get to the card, you'll see more how this comes into play here. Actions, things that are done, can be like run, slip on a banana peel, and stuff like that. 5 is things or actual physical objects. And number 6, you could choose any subject on the card. So you can look at the card and decide which one you want. Some things could be in more than one category, like diaper could be action, like diaper a baby, and things, which is a diaper. And sometimes you see B-O-W, and you're like, is that bow or bow? Either's okay. If they say the bow or bow, your teams win. So then, after that's done, so let's say they say anything goes. So here's the card. And you can see that's a race, Michael Jackson is people and places. Sayings is let them eat cake. Actions is wind up. Things is rug. And 6, of course, you would choose one of those. But let's say it was race. Okay, so there's several meanings of race. Which one do you want to do? So the team looks at that, and then they pass to the other team. So both teams are going at the same time, and they're both working off the same, trying to get their team to say the same answer as the other team. All right, so race. Well, let's see how we play the game. What you do is you say ready, set, dough. Not go, dough. I told you there's several puns in this game. So you can't use this as part of your sculpture, so you can't do like this and throw it up on top and say and hope they say sailboat. Okay, you can't do that. So you can't use this. You can't use letters or numbers, but you can use symbols. So no making a number 1. If I could do a number 1, that's a horrible number 1, but or a 2, and so forth. So you can't use a number or letters. No, who's ever sculpting cannot talk. These can be squished, chopped, pulled apart, whatever you want to do with it, but you are required to use this as a part of your sculpt. You can charade it, but it has to be part of it. So you can't take this lump and just throw it up to your eye and do like this and say movie. You'd actually kind of have to try to make it into a movie camera. And then maybe do like that, you know. You just can't. So you actually have to try to make this look like what you're trying to get the team to say. You could, though, make like a person. So, and you're going to be working quickly on this because you're going against the other team, and then you can walk. So you can get like that. You can look at the other team's sculpture. And so if it's race, I might make the person, and then they're running, maybe doing hurdles, maybe make 2 people out of this. So that's how you could do race. Let's look at this next one. Like telephone pole, prince. Well, there's people and places. So I could be the musician or like a king's son. Put it on the back burner, shoe, toilet paper. Let's see what the next one is. I don't even know what's coming up. So two-faced, sleeping beauty, sharp as attack, die. Well, that could be one of these. Of course, you can't go, you know, you can't do that. Try to make it die out, or something dies. Wheelbarrow. And we'll look at one more. Travel, Sahara Desert, rock the boat, connect, umbrella. One of them I remember is like throw the baby out with the bathwater, and trying to do that in clay. All right, so let's say, just for grins here, this team lost. So this team got race. This team did not. So what you do is you take the opponent's clay, and you have this clay to win. It's called the scoring scoop. And you go in there, and you have to scoop out part of theirs. Now, it has to be a fair scoop. It can't be all bulgy out here and out the sides. So it has to be level. And then what you do is, the piece that you took away from the opponent, you take that and you get added to your clay. So now you got more clay than they do. And let's say they lose again, they're going to lose more clay. So you take more of their clay away, this gets added to yours. So whoever loses all their clay loses the game. And that's how you play clay to win. If you like this video or any of the others I've done, go ahead and subscribe and share with other people. And as always, have a good game.